Hi students, welcome back to another session of biology. I'm Savita. I'm going to take you into the topic of biology, and as we finished with the synopsis of the first topic, the living world, in today's class we shall be discussing few MCQs related to the same topic. So before we start, let us just come across what are the different things that we have to keep in our mind when we start answering our MCQ. First, did I do a revision on the topic, which is very important? Second, how do I read the question? Because reading of question is important. Next, four options which is provided. Please don't directly look into the four options. First, read the question, understand it first. Then, remove the wrong questions, I mean to say the wrong options, followed with marking the right one. So with this, let us start with the living world MCQs. The first question, let's read the question. Now, please concentrate on how we are going to read the question. Which rank of taxonomic hierarchy, the question says, shows maximum similar characters? So the 7 hierarchy which we remembered has King Philip came over for good soup. So as we go down towards species, may I say it shows maximum similarity. So let us search for the term species. Do we have it in any of this given option? No. So let us go to the second one, which is said to be genus. Now among the option B is having the term genus, so our answer becomes genus here. So option A, option C and option D are wrong answers. So let us now move to the next question. So if you check here, we are actually spending less than a minute to answer each of the question. Now again, let us concentrate on the question part. Growth, reproduction, see the word mutually exclusive. So did we come across the example in the previous class where we studied about bacteria? And I told our bacteria decided to grow. So when it decided to grow, it started the process of replicating the genetic material and started to divide. When it divided, it produced 2 daughter cells. It decided to grow, but it ended up with the process of reproduction. So, mutually, growth and reproduction is taking place only in case of what? Lower organism. So here, option B wrong, option D wrong, option C wrong. So answer becomes option A. It is seen in case of lower organism. Now let's go to the next question. Okay, you have a big question here. Let's see what does the question say. Classification system have, what's the word? Many advantage. Stress on that important terms. Don't read your question faster. Which of the following, again, the word here is not a goal in biological classification. So classification, you know how did we classify? To identify, you identified the organism, then you named it. We called it as nomenclature. It's a characteristic. Now when we classify, it helps us to remember the organism and its traits. Next, there's a word which is called depicts convergent evolution. So second PUC student, in the topic of evolution, you came across analogous organs where we studied birds have wings, insects have wings. Both of them fly, but both look different. But in classification, we never came across this particular character. So let us mark it wrong and see the last option. Clarify relationship among organism. It's a correct option which says, how is organism evolutionarily linked? When we studied systematic, we came across the term which is called what? phylogenetic system of classification, evolutionary linkage. So thereby our answer for this particular question is option C. So now let's go to the next question. Again, it's a big question. Usually, we feel a little bit lazy to read big question in biology. Read the following statement. See the word correct ones. The statement says reproduction cannot be considered as defining property of living organism. So in the synopsis part of the topic, I give you 3 important characters which says the defining characters of living organism. One was metabolism, internal, and the other one was what is called consciousness and cellular organization. Reproduction we never considered. Why? Let us see the second statement. The second statement says there are many living organisms which says do not reproduce. And what were the examples that we have come across? Mules. A cross between a female horse and a male donkey produced mule which is said to be sterile. Second, workers' bees only work, they never reproduced. Infertile human couples. All the 3 examples are actually living. So may I say the statement 1 is correct, followed with statement 2 is also correct. So thereby my answer becomes option A, which says statement 1 and statement 2 are the correct options. So if you see, we answered 4 questions. In the 4 questions also, what we are observing here is understanding how to read the question, then understanding the concept so that we clearly mark our options correctly. Next question. Yeast hydra reproduce by. So yeast is a single-celled organism, eukaryote. This can also be a question. A single-celled eukaryote. It decided, let me reproduce. It started with karyokinesis. Later, there is a small projection in the body of the organism. We call this as bud. And how about a hydra? Now let us say the parental organism here decided to give rise to a young one. And you see a small bud projection from the parental organism. So here the process is known as budding. So fragmentation, fission and regeneration is not characterizing it. So answer becomes option C. Okay, next question, quite big. Which of the following statement, read the questions correctly? Incorrect. It says incorrect. So the first option here, systematic is a branch of biology that deals with cataloging plants and animals and other organisms into categories, can be named, remembered, compared and studied. A very beautiful definition, it is correct. Now this second option starts with classification is a branch of biology, deals with the principle, procedure, identification, nomenclature. No, we studied taxonomy is divided into 3 important parts. First is identification, then comes nomenclature, and the third one is called as classification. So let me just put an into mark for option B and let's see what is C and D telling. Biodiversity, diversification of life form, is the occurrence of variety of life forms in different morphology, anatomy, habitats and habits. It's a correct definition. None of these, okay? So answer for this particular question becomes option B. Next question. Select the odd one from the following series. These questions saves time. How? We all know that binomial nomenclature means naming the organism with 2 names. One is genus and one is species name. And we all know that genus name starts with capital letter and the species name with small letter. So the question says what? Odd one out. So among the 4, option D starts with capital letter. So directly I mark the answer option D here. So this is how biology helps you to save much time for the other subjects. Okay. Next question. Find the correct option for biological names. Let us say find the correct option. Binomial nomenclature, 2 names. So whenever we are going to describe the name of the organism, it is descriptive. we understand something about the organism with its name itself. So I feel this is correct. Next, two names we gave, so binomial is also right. And throughout the universe, the same scientific name only will be used because we are standardizing with scientific name recommended by ICBN botanical nomenclature for plant, ICZN for zoological nomenclature for animals. So thereby, all of these options are the correct one. So option D becomes our answer. Okay, next question. Which of the following, see, it says, does not contain what? Defining characteristic of a living organism. So I told three terms. One is said to be metabolism, second one is said to be consciousness, third one is said to be cellular organization. The first option has response to stimuli, correct. Consciousness, correct. Growth and reproduction took place simultaneously in unicellular organism, so it's not a defining character. Metabolism and cellular organization, yes. So the answer here is option B. So I hope you are understanding how we are solving it. Understand the concept of biology. Next, 10th question. Which of the following statement about the systematics, see the word, it ends with incorrect. So first one, it says, it includes, you identified, you named it, you classified. Yes, it's correct. Next, the word is derived from, you see the word here, it's English. Go back to the topic which we had discussed earlier, synopsis. I specified, systema is a term taken from Latin. It's not from English. So thereby, this is going to be our answer. So I'm marking it wrong. Let us see the other options too. It takes into account, systematics refers to what? Phylogenetic relationship of an organism. Yes, this is correct. Next, it means systematic arrangement of organism. You create a framework where you try to compare the organism. So option A, option C and option D is the correct option. The question said incorrect, so marking the option B here. Next question. Which of the following is correctly matched? See what it says. Without exception, in regard, he says plant. Okay, now let us see. Solanum for genus. Correct. The question told exception and it ends with sida. But question yourself, if it is algae, what am I supposed to end it with? What did I end with? Phyceae. So, I'm marking option B. Whereas division is correct with phyta and family Poaceae. It's also correct. So, answer for this particular question becomes option number B because the question told exception. Okay. Next, plants are conscious as they respond to. Did we discuss plant like sunflower shows a movement which is called as phototropic movement. The roots of the plants did show what is called as geotropic movement in case of towards the soil, okay, growth. And roots also showed what is known as hydrotropic movement towards water. Pollen grain responded towards the region of the ovary. The growth of the pollen tube took place towards the ovary where the ovule is present due to the interaction of chemical. So, if it is a living organism, consciousness plays a role. So, here the answer becomes temperature is correct, pollutants is correct, other organism. So, all of these becomes your answer. Okay, next, see the term binomial. Did you come across the scientist who is known as Linnaeus? And he told, name the organism with two scientific names. So thereby, this particular concept of nomenclature is given by Carolus Linnaeus, and he is called as father of taxonomy. I also introduced a book which is called as Systema Naturae, which contains more than 4,000 names of animals in it and more than 7,000 names of plant species in it. Now let's go across the next question. Arrange the following. Now again, let us come across the idiom. King Philip came over for good soup. Now you have the 7 hierarchy. Now categorize it. So now 3 terms has kingdom. Okay, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. So option C is removed. Next comes order. So option A is gone. Next comes your family. Option D is gone. So what is the left option? Option B. Cross check it. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Yes, it is in order. So answer becomes option B. Next question. Family is placed between. Now I hope you understood why we have to remember 7 hierarchies. Okay. Again, kids. Okay. King Philip came over for good soup. Now he says, where does family come? In between what? Order and genus. That's the option. Option D. So this is wrong, and this is wrong. Your answer is option D. 16th question. Which of the following has correct specific epithet? So I hope you came across binomial naming in which it doesn't start with Leo. It starts with Panthera. Gone. So this is the one word in option C. Gone. Magnifera indica. It's not indica magnifera. Gone. So answer becomes option number D, which is talking about our house flies. Okay. So let's go with respect to the next question. The next question here is taxonomic group of any rank. What did I say? Taxon. In the 7 hierarchy, whatever groups or categories that you came across, it is called as what? Taxon. So option A becomes your answer. That C, B and D are called taxons there. Okay. So let's go across the next question. Which of the following, see the question? It says correct regarding what? Consciousness. Oh, I'm conscious. Now let me see. And I'm a human. So I'm a human means what did I say with respect to consciousness? Among these species, living organism, human being is the only species who is said to be self-conscious. So the option number 1 itself says humans are being self-conscious organism. Yes, it's very, very true. All organisms are aware of themselves. Yes, all organisms are aware of themselves. Only few organisms can handle chemicals entering their body. Yeah. Is this statement correct? No. Prokaryotes do not respond to environmental cues. Every organism responds. So if you check this 4 statement, I did say humans are the only organism which shows what is called as self-consciousness. So thereby I mark the answer option A. Don't you think what all we discussed in synopsis are the types of question that we are seeing here? Next, read the following statement and select the, please give importance to the question, how you tend to read it. It says correct ones. First statement. The first statement says what? Name of the author appears after generic name. Do you think it should appear after species name? Okay, specific name. Now, in binomial nomenclature, I put wrong for the statement. Next, Lin indicates species was first described by Linnaeus. Okay, so answer becomes what? Lin indicates species that was first described by the Linnaeus. It's correct. So, statement 1 is wrong and statement 2 is correct. Among the following, statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. So, thereby my answer becomes option D. Now, let's come across the last question, which says that which one of the following is against the rules of International Code of Binomial Nomenclature? Let's see the answer. Generic and specific name should be written starting with small letter. Generic name should always be written with capital letter. So, wrong. Every species should have a generic name and specific epithet. Correct. Handwritten scientific name should be underlined. Correct. Scientific names are written in what? Latin. And it should be italics if it is printed. Correct. So against the rule, option A. So option A becomes the answer. So if you check all the questions that we have discussed in today's class, I think we just spent less than a minute. So try answering as many questions from each of the topic of biology. And please have a stopwatch right next to you to check what's the time taken to answer the question. If you're taking more time, that means you need more revision on the topic. So I hope this particular class was helpful for you to understand how well you're prepared with chapter 1. Once again, I'm going to come up with one more topic and we are going to discuss questions as well as go into the summary of different topic. With this, I'm winding up today's class. Study well, keep revising, meet you in upcoming classes. Thank you all.